morning and welcome to Wake Up Albany. I'm Joe Bonilla.
I'm John Diaz.
And I'm Joe Buno.
And we're broadcasting live from the Campus Center.
So, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Very good. I had some food, some turkey.
Turkey?
Yeah, I actually had 2 Thanksgiving. I had one up here at Empire, and I had one back home 10 blocks away.
So you had 2
All
meals.
the way home.
But they were like, 5 days difference, So.
Oh, so it's like double dipping.
Yeah.
It's not double dipping. Yeah. You celebrate with your
Did you
friends.
go Thanksgiving? You did your friends Thanksgiving beforehand?
Oh, yeah.
I once did that senior year. I had a big Thanksgiving feast at my house with all my friends. I want to say there was like 30 kids. It was, teens, whatever you want to
Yeah,
call it,
right.
kids. And my parents wanted to kill me because I told them it was gonna be like 15 kids, 30 kids came, but everyone brought their own dish of food.
Well, that's good.
So it was like a real Thanksgiving, like a pilgrim Thanksgiving. Everyone brought their food from.
Well, some people feel that the best part of Thanksgiving isn't actually the meal itself, but the leftovers.
That is
so
true.
therefore, you already cooked for a full week afterward.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have food to last you for a week.
Well, in my case, we had no more food.
Really?
Really?
It's all
We
gone.
ate it all. And the next day for lunch, I think I had a turkey sandwich. That was it. With ketchup.
With ketchup. That's
Do you want to hear a funny story?
Yeah,
I was telling Joe earlier. So my family, we have a big family, so there's 25 of us over. So we all sit down for our Thanksgiving dinner. Right? I put my turkey down, my potatoes, everything on the table. I go to my refrigerator to get the ketchup out. I proceed to put ketchup on my turkey. My whole family starts staring at me like, is this kid serious? What is
I'd
he doing?
stare at you
right?
if you brought
That's
that
right.
ketchup
I
on
mean,
the Thanksgiving table.
So my mom and my dad and my sister were just like, oh yeah, that's normal. He always does that. And my whole family started freaking out. Like, oh my god, that's disgusting.
Oh my God.
Like you put ketchup on turkey. And yeah, it was pretty funny. Everyone's gravy people, but
Gravy
I like
people.
ketchup.
The gravy's normal.
Well, I'm not a fan of gravy
normal,
either.
man.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
I'm not so down with the gravy.
Like on the stuffing and the mashed
Not
potatoes and
really.
everything?
Not
On
really.
stuffing and mashed potatoes good, but not in turkey.
What
Ketchup.
I did on Thanksgiving was, we ate around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I guess that's normal, right? 3, 4 o'clock to have your Thanksgiving meal. And me and my brother were up at around the same time, 2, 3 in the morning. So
I thought you were going to say you woke up at 2.
right? No. And we were both starving because we had eaten so earlier in the day, and we just had a little bit of dessert. So what we did is, at 2, 3 in the morning, we both ran downstairs. And we basically raided the kitchen and just had another Thanksgiving meal at 3 in the morning.
That's compelling.
Yeah, it was pretty legendary.
Huh.
I remember that for a while. I mean, we basically emptied out the fridge and just ate everything. It was a lot of fun.
Now, do you leave anything else for the rest of your family?
They weren't very happy the next
Yeah,
morning.
I kinda
Let's
figured
leave
that,
it
yeah.
way. They were
That's-
like, "Where did it all go?" And
That's kind of bad.
yeah,
just a little bit.
But their reaction was priceless. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It was definitely worth it. But Black Friday was definitely very
Black
interesting.
Friday,
It was
yeah.
the day after. For those of you who don't know, Black Friday, it's the day after Thanksgiving. It's known as the biggest day.
Biggest shopping
Biggest
day.
shopping day.
Well,
of the year.
it's known really as the first day of the Christmas shopping season.
Right.
It's not technically, the funny thing is, it's not the biggest shopping day of the year. The Saturday before Christmas is.
The Saturday before Christmas.
Yeah.
There's only
Shopping
25
day.
days left to Christmas.
Oh, that's right.
Christmas.
Yep, Monday, December 1st, so we're only 25 days away.
Yeah.
25 days till Christmas.
25
Just
short
yesterday,
days.
It was first day of school.
I know.
Yeah, let's-
First day of school,
Yeah.
August, it was sunny and nice outside.
And then we're like, oh my god, it's Halloween already. And
Oh my God, it's
Thanksgiving,
Halloween,
and now it's
yeah.
going to be
Christmas, and then it'll be Three Kings Day, and then, Martin Luther King Day. Every holiday just keeps on going.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Just keeps going and going. But Black Friday, I mean, it had its ups and it had its downs.
yeah.
Obviously, the biggest news, anyone who lives on Long Island must have heard of this. Black Friday at Walmart in Valley Stream, a man was trampled and killed by
Yeah.
fans, customers who stormed the front door at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Estimate around 1,000 shoppers who just, not only did they, storm it, but they actually, if you can picture the front of Walmart, and you can picture sliding doors, they crushed it.
Yeah, accordion style, yeah.
It just,
Yeah.
and then they all continue to shop.
Yeah.
And then when
They trampled again.
When they wanted to close the store down for a couple hours, someone died, people refused. They were just like, no, we would have done online.
It was like 2,500 people outside the store.
Yeah.
It was some insane amount. And then, the guy got killed at 5. He was pronounced dead at 6.
And was
But
it
yeah.
18-week pregnant lady?
Yeah.
Rushed to the hospital.
But the baby and
Baby
her
and her
are
fine,
fine.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
yeah.
Well, there was 1,000 people outside Best Buy at Crossgates Mall on Black Friday. So it just compares to 2,500.
Right.
Here's the funny thing. I had gone to Best Buy last year. I went to Crossing Commons this year for Black Friday. You can really see how bad the economy is really going because there was nobody in line. I got there, let me see, I got to Circuit City at like 10 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day. Best Buy last year would have had 150 people in line. There were like 30 people in line at the time.
It's just...
So you see the really sign of the times.
I work at Abercrombie back at home, and I've been working there for 3 years, so this is my third Black Friday, and it was the most empty Black Friday I've ever worked.
It's really, it's really hitting hard.
It was just like a normal, well, not normal day, but it was like a normal Christmas day.
Yeah,
Shopping day.
yeah.
Right.
It wasn't anything crazy.
I'm one of those people, I think the crowds are just, I hate all that, so I'd stay inside. I would have had some turkey leftovers, in some, and I would have stayed in all day, but I basically just stayed in. I watched a couple of movies, and I didn't even touch any stores.
You watch Elf?
No, I didn't, I've seen Elf, that's a movie.
I think I've seen it 5 times this season.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, this season?
Well, it's like holiday season.
Really?
It just started.
I know. I've never seen it
Okay.
5 times.
Oh yeah, but Christmas commercials now are full swing. Everything is Christmas music on the radio.
I know, 97.5.
It's really starting to feel Christmassy. Just as a word.
It should be a word.
Christmassy.
Christmassy.
You
And
know.
so it's very exciting. But one thing that was absolutely crazy, I know that you and I talked about this earlier, that we experienced. I feel your pain out there if you drove up to Albany last night.
Traffic.
They said
5 hours. It took 5 hours. It took me to get here. It usually takes 3.5 for me. 5 hours. And
Where was the bulk of it? Like,
everywhere.
Throg's Neck?
It was getting onto the Throg's Neck. It was after Throg's Neck, George Washington. Then it was through. It was just everywhere.
It just went
and
that way. Yeah.
You're just like in a traffic jam,
Yeah,
and
it's
it clears up, and you're just like, what the heck? Like, why was there just a huge traffic jam? No, like you don't know. There's no car accident. There's no construction. It was just big ruckus.
Yeah, they said it was one of the most historic traffic jams in the history of New York State in terms of Thanksgiving weekend. Because
Really?
Just absolutely ridiculous. It took me 7.5 hours to get to school.
7, and how long does it usually take you?
3.5, maybe. 3 hours,
Well,
30 minutes.
there's only 2 ways of getting upstate.
Yeah.
Either the throughway or the Taconic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the Tappan Zee was completely...
There's no reason why it's happened.
Yeah, absolute mess. It was so bad.
It can be not Thanksgiving and it's still still.
And it was so terrible, the traffic, that I was bumper to bumper. I was moving at one point maybe on average a couple of inches a minute, maybe. And it was so bumper to bumper that I got interviewed by News 12 on the road.
Really?
Okay, I'm driving,
1 mile,
just
just
camera guy.
Yeah.
And guy came over, interviewed me, and I just said, "This is just ridiculous, isn't it?" I kind of was laughing with the guys for a little bit.
Yeah, that's
absolutely
insane.
crazy. Absolutely crazy. Thanksgiving.
Insane.
It had to have been a combination of Thanksgiving, the bad weather.
Yeah.
Obviously, the weather really was really.
Oh yeah, it snowed yesterday. Yeah.
Yep. And then obviously the low gas prices, I bet you has something to do with it.
You're right.
A little bit, yeah.
I didn't even think of that, low gas prices.
Yeah,
People,
$2.20.
Yeah, everyone's like, I have all this extra money because gas is go see grandma.
Yeah, which that's good in one aspect, but people can't get into that whole mindset that gas prices are cheap again, and thus causing what happened over the summertime.
Right.
So
that's why I'm glad that for our winter break, it's right before Christmas, or right, after we're not getting any rush hour holiday traffic.
Yeah.
Try and get
Well,
home.
one thing that was nice when I actually did finally get up here, which was around 9 o'clock last night, was that I saw some flurries, and it's starting to. I heard that it was snowing in Albany yesterday.
yeah, it was.
It
So
I think
it was a wet snow.
It was wet snow.
Yeah.
I think the snow's going to start. Don't we have, what's the weather supposed to be like? Aren't we supposed to get snow? Or no, not really.
Today it's supposed to be a high of 45
Ooh.
and with showers. Ooh, nice sound.
Yes.
Yeah. Tonight a low of 33 and early
I like
showers
the warm.
earlier.
I mean, 45 is warm. You have to readjust yourself. 45 is now.
You can tell you're from upstate. 45 is warm.
45 is warm.
It's not warm.
Yeah, no,
45 is
not
warm.
us Long Island.
And then like the month 25 will be warm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And Tuesday, tomorrow will be a high of 39 and partly cloudy. It looks like it's kind of clearing up right now.
It looks pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. It looks like the sun's really coming
So
out.
there is a chance of showers, so.
But
But a white Christmas would be cool, huh?
Yeah.
That could be really
A white Christmas that does not stick, and you don't have 4 feet of snow to shovel. The whole deal.
Just kind of like wake up on Christmas morning and look outside and actually see snow coming. That would be kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it's cool. I'll pray for that because that would be really
Absolutely.
nice.
It'd be like that. Hallmark movie type snow.
Right, yeah, you got Christmas,
You know.
It never happens, though.
chestnuts roasting over an open fire.
I see.
All that.
And then you have the
whole-
you have Channel 11 log on.
That never gets old.
Yeah, I
That
know.
whole Christmas thing.
Yeah.
That doesn't get old. It's a lot of fun.
In other news, you guys hear about this Boston University college student
No, I
who
haven't.
beaten and stabbed her boyfriend at a club. I'm guessing in Boston. Her name's Victoria Lee. She's 22. So she saw him flirting with another girl and just beat the crap out of him. And
Just out of nowhere like that?
Yeah.
I see.
And she went to jail. She was held up for $6,000 for bail. And she said to the judge that she had to leave because she had homework to do. Homework. Right?
So I just killed my boyfriend, now I have homework
I
to
don't
do.
think she killed him. She just
Oh,
stabbed him.
I just stabbed my boyfriend and now I have homework to do, so, yeah.
So obsessive and not very bright.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Well,
a great combo.
Boston University's doing that's pretty good.
Not very good time management.
No.
You have to go to
Yeah,
court, you
you
have
know,
homework. Well,
if you're gonna stab your boyfriend, do your homework.
yeah, at least do that.
Come on, get your homework.
Get your
done.
facts
Get
straight.
your priorities.
There you
straight,
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, talking about priorities and I guess ethics, which are related, in Vancouver this past weekend, person you've been to like I don't know, like Price Chopper or somewhere you've gone grocery shopping,
Yeah.
and if you're lucky, someone will bag your food for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a kid like that, someone who was bagging food, he went to use the bathroom and he found a brown paper bag filled with $10,000.
Oh.
$10,000 in all 50s and 100s. Really, and
I'd pocket.
now what would you do if you got a bag
I
of
think I heard
$10,000?
about this. I heard
You know
about
what?
this.
I think I would put like 5,000 in my pocket and then give the return 5,000.
I
Oh,
see.
I only found
Oh, you
5.
found
Because someone
5,000.
else stole it.
What would you do if you found $10,000?
Well, now you said
I mean, cash.
Now where was this?
This is in Vancouver.
Vancouver. Well, if I don't live in Vancouver, I'm taking the money with me.
Right.
So, but I think under normal pretenses, if it happened to Price Shop or Hannaford or Pathmark, I was thinking I would probably just hand it back in.
Yeah, so what ended up happening is...
Hannaford?
Yeah.
What's that? What
Yeah.
is that?
Hannaford's another supermarket up here.
Oh, you learn something new every day.
Yeah,
You know?
they're all over the
Hannaford.
whole region.
Well,
Now
the
you
guy,
know.
the guy who was the original owner of the $10,000 said it was his life savings.
Oh,
He
man.
came back right shortly thereafter, and the worker returned it to him. He returned the $10,000 in full.
He was probably so mad.
Why? I think the question is, why was his life savings in the paper bag?
Yeah,
Did he have a dollar sign on it? Like, you
Suspicious.
have like you're carrying around like almost cartoon style?
Right, it's like a little
Probably
mafia
wasn't
thing
life
going
saving.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Or drug deal or
$10,000.
something.
I don't know. I mean, you just keep it in a paper bag. Come on now. That's.
I mean, and he can't be, he's probably making minimum wage.
Yeah, I mean,
at the very most.
He just, oh, I carry around my my paper bag full of money all the time. I mean, that's kind of insane.
Unbelievable. Really,
Kind of.
when I heard that story, I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's, I don't know. Temptation.
Yeah.
It's your natural instinct to want to take that money.
I'd
Yeah.
take it. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
going to hell,
yeah,
but
you're
I'd take it.
I'm going. Yeah. Well, it happens sometimes.
No,
I think I am going to hell, though. Listen to this. On the way home, on the way back to Albany,
Yeah.
guess who almost hit me? A nun in a car.
I see.
I was driving, and I saw her earlier down the road, and then I'm passing her, and I just, like when you pass
Yeah.
like the people in the car, and I look, I'm like, oh, look, there's a nun. That's so funny. Like,
Yeah.
you don't see a nun driving
Was she
every day.
speeding?
No, she was going to speed a little bit. That's why I passed.
See, I had gone to Catholic school for elementary school, and I had a friend of mine. We were really on this field trip.
Okay.
So one of the nuns had to go pick him up. She went down like 90 miles per hour down like New Scotland Avenue to pick up this dude. And she's like 85 years old doing this, and it was the funniest thing to see her go that fast down the road. But I don't know. That's why I asked you, like,
But
they
no,
do whatever.
She
you
was
know?
going speed limit, and I passed her, and then later on, we hit traffic, whatever. Then I was in the left lane, and I was merging into the middle lane, and she was on the right lane, and I guess she didn't see me, but I'm like obviously in the middle lane now, and she's just merging right in, and I'm beeping my horn, and I'm just about to have road
You
rage.
weren't
And
screaming
sure enough,
profanity,
who
were you?
is it? It's the nun.
The nun.
Oh, jeez, God's out
That's
to get
really
me.
funny. That's
He
awesome.
is.
Oh, that's one person that you really don't want to get into a
I
car
know.
accident.
No, you
Either
don't.
getting into a car accident with a nun
Yeah.
and exchanging
Can you imagine
information.
calling your parents, Mom, the nun hit me?
Yeah, you know.
That would be really fun.
No, that'd be hysterical.
You know.
In celebrity news, Madonna, 50, and A-Rod, 34, are getting romantically involved.
Well,
Right.
the whole Mexico City trip.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
Mexico City trip. I don't know why this is getting so much publicity, but I guess
What's
after
the name that they have this? Mayrod, something like that?
They're trying to do like a Brad Jolie thing now.
Yeah, it's like, it's like
Madonna Rod?
Yeah.
I found out last night.
Mayrod?
I think this is the funniest one. I don't watch the show, but I always see the coming attraction on MTV, The Hills, right? So Heidi and Spencer, two people, apparently they got married. I don't know. It's at my sweet Allie's.
Yeah. Well, they had gotten spiritually married, but not legally married.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But apparently their celebrity name is Spidey. Isn't that
Spidey.
funny? Oh, like Spider-Man, Spidey.
Spidey.
She told me last night, I was cracking up.
Or what's the one? Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, Tomcat.
Tomcat, that's funny.
Tomcat.
I like Spidey the best.
Spidey, that's funny.
But yeah, A-Rod, richest player in baseball, and Madonna heading to Mexico City, and the rumor is that they're supposed to publicly announce their romance before Christmas.
Do you want to hear a funny story about Mexico?
Okay. Let's hear this.
So my aunt over Thanksgiving, as I was eating my turkey with ketchup, was telling us about how she's divorced, and so she was going on a date with this guy, and we're like, oh, well, where is he for Thanksgiving? She goes, oh, he's visiting family in New Mexico. I was like, oh, so he's Mexican. And my whole family starts cracking up. And I was like, oh, that's a state. And like, he's from the United States. And I seem like, and now I seem like more of an idiot because I'm telling the whole campus, but oh well.
Yeah, so hopefully no one backlashes.
Nobody just says, oh, like, see that guy? He's
I know, he
middle
thinks
of the street.
Mexicans are from Mexico.
Yeah, then you have the Mexican mob looking after
But
you.
I mean, come on. Like, when you say New Mexico, what do you first think of? Mexico.
New Mexico?
You don't think you think of the state right away?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, Albuquerque, Santa Fe.
Well, in terms of
In other news,
I'm staying away from old Mexico there.
Yeah.
But you were talking about campus, and first of all, I'd like to say thank you to student involvement in their e-news.
For promoting us.
For a little shout out for ATV, so thank you. But also,
thank you.
In e-news, they were talking about energy and the energy comparisons on campus in terms of which quads or the apartments are doing better than others, and some interesting results. So number one in terms of the worst quad in terms of energy consumption, Dutch. My quad, plus 4%. We're not doing
so we're trying to save energy,
and we're increasing the amount of energy.
What about Colonial?
Colonial
is -4.
-4. So they're doing.
So basically, you're canceling each other out.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
To some degree.
Okay, you're welcome.
And the number one.
Residents, you were welcome. Guys.
You're welcome.
And number one state down 6%.
Well, you
They
freshmen,
are
very good.
They are the most green quad
Very good.
on campus.
Congratulations.
And Freedom alumni are 0%. Empire's -5.
Oh,
Empire.
And Indian is 0. So.
Oh, $7 million a year on energy.
I know,
at Albany.
that's crazy.
Crazy. Absolutely.
I mean, they do have a lot of lights, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they have to keep the lights on for safety purposes,
Right.
everything like that,
And they're saying that the quad or res pole, whatever, that says saves the most energy gets an award. So the greater the energy they save, the greater the reward.
I wonder what the reward
I know.
would be.
I wonder what it'd be.
What,
better dining
tuition
Would it be like-
reimbursement or something
yeah,
like that?
I hope so.
Or
Tuition
I'd turn off
housing
everything.
reimbursement or something like that? That's what it should be.
I'd turn off everything. You told me I would get my tuition back.
like lunch money or something.
Yeah, something very small.
Oh, here's $100 worth of
Not even
money.
that, probably
Go
like
buy-
$5. Here,
Yeah.
buy yourself
a soda.
2 bags of Doritos and a drink.
Well, courtesy of student involvement and e-news, we have some energy-saving tips and techniques.
Okay.
Number one, use daylight as much as possible. Don't have your lights on when you could just roll up your
People with
windows
the
and or
blinds down in their rooms.
Right.
Roll the blinds up.
Yeah, let some
They-
sun
You have a
in.
window
There's
for a
sun,
reason.
Yeah.
Right, and let that basically let the light illuminate your room, not actually using light. I only use those lights at night, obviously. Number two I had was obviously very obvious. Turn off things when you're not using them. Whether it's a gaming console or a TV monitor.
Because like cell phone chargers, unplug your cell phone chargers.
That's another one.
Even those, even when they're just plugged in,
They're still generating electricity.
It's crazy.
Yep. Keep your light bulbs clean. That's an interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how that was.
Interesting.
Dust your light bulbs.
I guess keeping it brighter would increase life.
I have no idea.
I don't know. It was on there.
Another one's wash full loads with cold water.
Okay.
Do you ever go down to the basement, people that live in the tower and stuff? Well, actually, it's all living areas, all the things in the basement. go down there, and, someone's done, but you don't know they're doing to open the thing. There's like 2 shirts in there.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on, throw a bunch of clothes in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like you're home and you
Yeah.
have like the luxury of doing that, We're
Yeah.
all part of a campus here, we need to think about that.
So I'm using cold water when washing
Yeah.
clothes.
Yep. And
That's interesting.
another one is fluorescent light bulbs.
Yeah.
They save a lot. They're considered very green.
Yeah, we actually use them here for Wake Up Albany.
Oh, yes.
Funny enough.
Things blinding us.
Yes.
Yep, fluorescent lighting is
We are
another
green.
way. Yes, so obviously the whole green idea is kind of not
Yeah.
only taking over campus, but it's really taking
Yeah.
over culture
Yeah.
in terms of trying to save as much energy as possible with the energy
A lot
crisis.
of people going green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's great.
It's-
I'm
yeah.
one of those, some people would agree or disagree, but I believe that every little bit counts.
Oh,
It really
yeah.
does,
It really
that's-
does.
yeah.
The little things, they all do add up in the end. And
Oh,
we're
we're
taking a
doing
step
it.
in the right direction.
Especially over this Thanksgiving season, if people use those like reusable bags at the grocery store, because I can't even
Oh,
tell you how
yeah.
many times my
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
probably ran to Stop and Shop, whatever, to grab a couple of things. They use those reusable bags. They could have saved a lot on plastic, whatever. I don't know,
Yeah.
plastic bags. But yeah.
Yeah, they have those, either the tote bags or just, something, even the paper bag. I mean, if you don't want to carry around the bag back and forth, at least use the paper bags. It is recyclable. Try that at
And you
least.
can cover your books with them.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Paper bags.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear about this new Lycra T-shirt?
This
No. Lycra? Lycra? Am I saying that right?
Lycra.
We all know I don't know how to read. Lycra. So
Lyrica?
it's from Lycra, right? It's from Australia. It's $90. So what it does is it's for men. So it infuses a shirt to make it seem like a guy's buff,
Okay.
Interesting.
right? It makes it look like muscles, and it cuts down the glove handles. And they're relating to spandex for girls.
Oh,
So it's $90. It's an undershirt.
That's
It's
interesting.
called Core Precision Undershirt. So I don't know. If you
That's
don't want to hit the gym,
wear a
Good
shirt
this
that
holiday
makes you look
season.
Yeah,
buff.
that
Right.
seems like it's only perpetuating this whole thing in this country that people,
Image.
they can get away with things without having to do the work,
Right.
well,
Not cool.
I thought it was pretty cool. I might go add it to my Christmas
This,
list.
You couldn't pay me enough to wear something like that.
Let
If
yourself
Santa
go.
Claus bought you that T-shirt, you would never wear it.
No,
I wouldn't do that.
I
no.
donated.
Yeah,
So
there's somebody that
potatoes.
needs it.
Yeah, that's closet.
Bring it to like one of the buffet houses. Just like, leave it outside. I'm sure somebody will need it.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go. So,
Oh wow, that shirt makes you look more buff.
yeah. I just ate like a ham sandwich. So,
But I know that Janae of ATV is big with movies.
I know.
We
Yeah.
miss her today, but Janae would certainly enjoy this discussion. I saw Australia, the movie with Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman this past weekend.
I don't know what is this about? Because there was some attractions. They never really
Right.
specify.
Well,
what
it's,
movie.
basically-
obviously about Australia.
it is about Australia.
What else?
That's funny enough.
The synopsis basically is it starts out with this with 2 cattle companies in Australia and how they're competing against one another and the idea of droving, which is gathering animals and moving them across long distances, and basically a whole competition in Australia between 2 cattle companies, but it really changes towards the middle, it goes into World War II, and because the whole beginning of the film is basically talking about the beauty of Australia, how natural it is, how beautiful the land is.
We have a lot of kangaroos.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
one of the funniest
Koalas?
scenes. What? No, I didn't see
Oh.
any koalas. One of the funniest scenes in the movie has to do with the kangaroo. Really hysterical.
I don't like that. No koalas. It would be about Australia.
All right, so you got your kangaroos.
You
overseas.
have to even it out. People think about koala
They
bears.
think
I'm
about
sure
kangaroos.
many people think about koala bears.
Right.
I think about koala bears.
All right.
Okay, good for you. What else about the movie?
And
What else
then
can you tell
basically
us?
what it changed, it totally switches gears midway through and talks about how World War II and the bombing of Darwin, Australia, basically, ruins their land. And
So actually,
Northern
it went
Australia.
into the World War II impact of Australia. That's
the
interesting.
conflict with Japan and
You
Australia.
don't really hear a lot about that.
No.
Well, the movie only
Really
made
underplayed.
$14.8 million, roughly, this
Well,
week.
that's what you're going to do when you have an art house movie. You don't really make that much,
That's true.
You really don't.
But Four Christmases made it a lot. They made $31.7 million,
Of course,
which
yeah.
I would imagine. So.
Yeah.
Right, comedy.
Comedy,
sequel.
Vince Vaughn, Reese Witherspoon.
That was the Vince Vaughn one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And Bolt came in second with $26.6 million.
John Travolta's voice and a little
Yeah.
dog.
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus.
Miley,
and,
is she in that too?
Yeah.
Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
Montana.
And then Twilight was up there also, right? After
Twilight,
their
yeah, it's
70
number
million
3,
opening.
26.4
So they,
million.
Oh my
ooh,
God.
wow. So,
God, that movie's a blockbuster.
so basically they had 50% drop there. That's pretty, well actually that's pretty bad, if you really break it down like that.
Yeah, but still, I mean, after 70 million, and no one saw that one coming.
Yeah.
70 million.
Yeah, if I was still working, you know.
And it was also a Thanksgiving
There.
weekend. Who's going to be going to the movies that much?
A lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
lot.
Thanksgiving Day, there were.
Thanksgiving Day, I understand. Thanksgiving Day, you go to
Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday. It's not the fun time there. People say, "Oh, I'm going to Thanksgiving to watch the movies or whatever." It's not fun.
They go like this.
Yeah, they do. They walk in. They're like, "I'm going to buy a movie. You have to be there on your Christmas Day or Thanksgiving." I had actually worked at a movie theater on Christmas. Worst thing ever.
Christmas Day?
Christmas Day, and the money was off that day. So I was there from like 8 in the morning through like 3 in the morning there.
But
Wow.
you work at the movie theater at 8 in the morning on Christmas. When did you open your gifts?
What do you think?
I don't.
Boxing Day?
I don't think Joe gets gifts.
Oh.
Boxing Day.
What's Boxing Day?
Canada's Christmas?
It's the day after?
Yeah, day after.
Why don't you
They go around, they give people boxes.
They get box with
Yeah.
stuff in it? Or?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You say,
Like
here's
you
a
said,
box.
like
Merry
something
Christmas.
every
Here's
day,
a
Yeah,
box.
here's a box, yeah.
Are they wrapped, these boxes?
Yeah, they're wrapped. They're wrapped.
With bows,
Yeah, they're wrapped.
ribbon.
Yeah, bows, ribbons, confetti, the whole deal. If you want to throw some sparkles on there, you're absolutely fine to do that.
Sparkles.
Sparkles, yeah. Canadian sparkles. You ever heard of them
A
before?
little bit of glitter.
A little bit of glitter. Just a smidge. So.
Yeah, but I could never see myself working on Christmas Day. I mean,
Yeah.
that's brutal.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
not fun. And everybody comes in
Do you
with
make time and a half at least?
No.
You don't make time and a half on Christmas.
You don't. You don't, no.
I would think
One
you make
thing,
triple time.
no,
Bonus?
here's the thing. Certain places, and I know a lot of people will probably understand this, certain places will, if they have a nice company or a nice boss, they'll do that.
Okay.
I'm not going to mention where I did work, just for all intents and purposes,
Right.
but no time and a half, no nothing. They want people there. If you didn't show up, obviously, if you were staff, if I was management at the time,
You get fired?
you get fired on the spot. So, unless you're like
Sounds
deathly
fun.
ill.
I pretend
Oh, yeah.
to be deathly ill then.
Yeah,
Why?
nothing.
Who works Christmas?
Yeah, and New
I
Year's.
don't want to ever do
You
that.
have to work.
No, I didn't have to work New Year's. I was like,
New
no.
Year's
But people do work on New Year's Eve.
There are on New Year's Eve.
You'd be surprised.
So
Number of
when
people.
midnight rolls around, they're in the movie theater.
They're in the
watching
movie theater.
Bolt and
They're watching Bolt,
and Madagascar.
Madagascar. Speaking of Madagascar, if anybody's interested, Crossgates Mall has actually just got an IMAX.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, and they're showing Madagascar too right now.
Escaped. What is it? Escape to Africa.
Yeah, so if you're
That's so
interested,
intense.
yeah, if you want
Escape to
to, if you don't want to have to go down to Nyack to watch an IMAX movie, you actually watch it here in the Capital Region. So, nice. If you're interested, it's there for you.
Well, that movie's only making 14.5 mil, so
Yeah,
it's not that great.
yeah,
I don't know.
it happens.
So, you usually always see the coming attractions though. The Rhino's like, so nice to see it twice. I laugh every time.
I never seen it.
Not a Rhino, a hippo.
Yeah,
I was confused.
I saw bits and pieces of the first one. It looked fun.
did you?
Yeah.
Huh.
Good children's.
Good kitty movie.
Yeah.
Well, to flip things around a little bit, as we always do on Monday, we talk about sporting news.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Jets lost to the Broncos.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were very upset.
34-17.
Yep, that was
Yeah.
that was a bad one because they were rolling after beating Tennessee and then New England. Or they beat New
So
England. and
happy.
Tennessee.
I was so happy.
A lot of people really hurt.
That was one of the things that made my day yesterday.
Yeah, Brett Favre didn't look comfortable in that wet
Oh,
rain.
glorious, glorious.
The Giants, the New York
11-1.
Giants, yep,
There we go.
just dominant over Washington. I mean, Washington Redskins were honoring the death of Sean Taylor, which was a year ago.
Right,
But, I mean, even with the whole Black Bears thing, which we'll get into in a second, Giants are that good right now.
Yeah,
They're the best
yeah.
team in football. I mean,
It's like the Manning switched almost.
yeah, Washington is not a bad team.
No, I mean, they
Jason Wentz
really,
well.
I
They're
have to give them credit, especially when they hired Jim Zora. I mean, people kind of wrote them off, but they're really coming, together.
It was so funny because on the way home, on the way back to Albany, my roommate's a big Giant fan. He kept getting text messages from his brother
Yeah.
when the scores would change and who scored a touchdown. He's like going crazy in the car as they're sitting in traffic to like strangle him. Well, not strangle him, because I was happy for him, but
Yeah.
still.
The Giants are just rolling over opponents right now, but the whole thing that's going on with Plaxico Burress has been quite a distraction. For those of you who didn't hear, Plaxico Burress, I don't know how to say this without
Yeah,
laughing.
basically.
He shot himself in the leg on
Like the
accident.
Stephon Marbury of football.
I heard it was
It's
I heard it was the
ridiculous.
groin, but then I heard it's the leg, right? It's definitely the leg. It's like a
Yeah,
thigh.
yeah.
No major arteries were hit, and the cover of the Daily News today is that he found it funny and that he was joking, and I think it's fair to say that we've seen Plaxico Burress' last days in New York.
That's-
Well, how much was it? He just signed a new contract last year. How much was
Right.
it for?
I believe.
And how long was it? Was the term on it?
Don't take me for this. I think it was 5 years, 35 million. So
We'll have to figure
he's
out
got
how
money to earn. So like the fact he shot himself in the leg. He does that. And then now there's this whole controversy that Antonio Pierce, star defensive player for the Giants,
Yeah.
with a gun. And there's this whole mess right now. But the Giants just continue
But
to roll over.
they were focused anyway.
Right.
No distraction.
No distraction.
Unlike their basketball counterparts,
The Knicks.
Yeah.
That's right.
you know,
So,
who have so many problems, but yet their record is still low.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of basketball, though, the Albany versus Siena game is this Saturday, December 6th at 7 p.m.
Is it this Saturday?
Yes, it is. So it's the
Those are
Times Union
always
Center.
fun
The
games.
tickets went on sale today at 10 o'clock, so I believe it's past 10 now.
It just, it's
So
not that time.
run down to your Res Life main office, go get your tickets for the people that live on campus. And
Yeah.
off campus, it's Copies Plus. So both times they're $5. It goes towards a donation at St. Paul's Center. So great cause, great
Yeah,
game.
you Albany men's basketball versus Siena is
Yeah,
always
it's-
some of the more
Yeah.
entertaining ones.
Fun
Nice,
game.
fun
Yeah.
rivalry.
Yeah,
So,
you know, it's
should be-
especially downtown at the arena too.
Yeah, it's
so,
fun. And buses, or people that are on cars, they run all the way down there, taking to Pearl Street, walk
Yeah.
right over.
And you're all set to
Good
go.
to go.
So hopefully we'll see you down there.
All right,
Should be a lot of
that's
fun.
all we have for today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Joe Buno.
I'm Joe Bonilla.
I'm John Diaz.
Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see
And
you
you be
tomorrow.
safe tomorrow.